All right, so if you made it to this video, that means that you already watched the video on how to put the trumpet together and take care of it. So if not, make sure you go back and you watch that video first. All right, so we're gonna talk about how to make a sound out of the trumpet. So you can even just do this on the mouthpiece. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your lips together, and then you're gonna put the mouthpiece right at the center. And you're just going to blow into it. So it's like you're making a buzzing noise when you've got the mouthpiece against your mouth. All right, so once you are getting a buzz out of your mouthpiece, then you can go on to making a noise through the trumpet. So let's talk about holding the trumpet. So first things first, left hand, you're going to put your ring finger through this ring right here. And then you can see my other two fingers, my index finger and my middle finger, are wrapping around the valves. So my ring finger is in there, and then my pinky's just chilling right here next to the ring. And you can actually adjust this so that it feels comfortable. You don't want your fingers to be like smashed against the valves, like right here. You don't want them to feel smashed, but you also don't want it to be like, you know, too far out that you are holding the trumpet like this. So you've got to get that ring in the correct spot, and then you can just tighten it down. So you want to find something that's comfortable. All right, so then right hand. Technically, the proper way of doing this would be putting your thumb, your left hand thumb just wraps around here. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. All right, so now, technically, this thumb should go right in between the first and the second valve, so right here, and it's kind of also holding against this top part of the trumpet. So you've got kind of the anchor of in, and it's up against that as well. And then your pinky can go in this ring. Some people will tell you to put the pinky on top. I like to just kind of hold it in here just to kind of give some support. And then your fingers go on top. 1, 2, 3. So there you have it. All right, so let's get playing. All right, so when you set up your music to start playing, you can either put them on the music stand or set it up somewhere. And I like to put the fingering chart on the left and the band packet on the right. And that way it helps you to remember what the fingerings are. So let's look at number 1. This note is below all of the lines and spaces, and you can see it has a little line through it. This is a C. And hopefully you remember from music class that the whole note gets 4 beats. And then we've got our whole rest, 4 beats of rest. And then here we've got the 2 dots, 2 lines, and that's my repeat. So I'll play this song twice. And then moving down, I still have C's. So I've got all C's going through number 4. So right here for number 2, I've got the half note, which gets 2 beats. And then I've got my half rest, which is also 2 beats. Then for number 3, I've got my quarter notes, which get 1 beat. And then for number 4, you can see I've got my quarter rest, which gets 1 beat of rest. So how do we play the C? So we want to look for this C that looks just like this over here on the fingering chart. And you can go ahead and circle it if you would like, so you can find it easier. And you can see that all of these fingerings are white, they're not filled in, and so that means that they are up. So you're actually not pushing down any keys for this, and let me show you. So you're actually going to just keep your fingers right on top of the valves, and that is a C. All right, so let's play 1 through 4. All right, so here is number 1, and we've got C. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so now we're going on to number 2 with our half notes. Now you can pause this video at any time. I definitely suggest like watching number 1 and then practicing it. Watch number 2, practice it. So use this video to help you practice through the song. So here's number 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right, then we look at number 3 with our quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you repeat on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then we get number 4, which has that quarter rest in it. So I'm going to play 5 quarter notes before I rest. Rest. All right, so practice 1 through 4 so you get really good at the C's, and then move on to the D. All right, so now we're looking at 5 through 8, which is focusing on D. And you can see that the note is like resting on that very bottom line. It's underneath it, but it's different than the C because the C has the line through it. So this would be a D. And we've got half notes, and then we've got our dotted half note, which hopefully you remember gets 3 beats. Then moving down here, all Ds, but now you have some eighth notes, and 2 eighth notes equal 1 beat. So these are going to be faster than the quarter notes. So you could think do, 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 day, do, 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 day, do, day, do, day, do, do, do. And then you get down to number 7, and now we go back and forth between D and C. And hopefully you can see the difference. D, and then C's got the line through it. D, and C. When you get down to number 8, we just go back and forth between the D's and the C's all the way through the end. So what I like to do is count to 4 to help me keep track of what measure I'm on. So I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, rest. All right, so now let's find out how to finger a D. So if you look over here, there's our D. And the ones that are filled in and are lower, those are the ones that you're going to put your fingers down for. So a D would look like this. This was our C, and then D you push down fingers 1 and 3, just like in the picture that they have there. So that is my D. Let's play. All right, so here is number 5. Rest. Rest. All right, and then we've got number 6. Now number 7, we're going to go between D's and C's. So we got D, C, D, C. All right, number 7, don't forget the repeat sign. All right, and then we've got number 8. Again, make sure you're counting in your head so that you don't lose track of what measure you're on. All right, so for your homework, I want you to practice all of this, but then I also want you to really practice, really focus on number 4 and number 8. Those are the ones that I want you to make a recording of yourself and then send back to me on Seesaw. So you may have to make the video several times, and that's okay because we're practicing, right? We've got to practice to get better. So if you get a video that you don't really like, just delete it and do another one. So you're looking for number 4 and number 8 is what you're going to share with me on Seesaw. All right, happy practicing.